All right, so I promised I would start vlogging a bit more about what I do and how I do it. Um, right now, I'm in Nigeria, and there's a lot that's been going on. I don't know. I kind of just stopped doing my videos and YouTube and whatnot because you can kind of get in your zone and hustle and work. Where am I just? Where's my hat? So, anyways. You can kind of get in your zone and just hustle and work. And, um, I realize like a lot of people don't really understand me or understand like, you know, um, I guess the life of an African immigrant in some ways, but, it's, yeah, it's just a matter of finding resources. Like I try to show it through the products that I import and export and explain what marketing and distribution is, at least to me, like how I conceptualize it um, and practice it in reality, you know, both with the online and with physical products and resources and showing how things move around, how you distribute it. So, anyways, I'm at home in Nigeria and there's a lot of work that goes on. So I want to show more of the actual hustle. I want to show more of the actual work and show you guys, give you some more insight on, how it really works and, show you the farms, show you, life in Africa, business in Africa, like from a practical standpoint, not from just a theoretical standpoint. A lot of people can talk about it, but not a lot of people put this into practice. And that's what I do, period. Um, I've had a lot of experience in the States, working out there, doing business out there. Obviously, experience doing business on the African continent, in West Africa specifically. And, I'm just going to be showing more of what I do, how it's done, show you the farms, the culture, the people, friends, family, just kind of give you like a real experience here. So, anyways, this is Shalom, with Dreams and Ambition, which is a movement that I started in 2010, and I've been on this since 2010. I've been here in Nigeria, um, trying to do something, trying to come back, and I think that is what most. I think that's what a lot of the African diaspora would desire to do, but not a lot of people take action to actually come back and do something. Everybody talk. I want to go back. I want to retire at home. I want to do this. I want to fun. All those things are great, but it's talking about it is not gonna actually do it. You can talk about endsars, but what are you doing? Like practically, what are you practically doing, right? Other than posting on social media and talking about it, like what are you practically doing to change and reform your country? Yeah, even as Nigerians here, what are you practically doing? Do you understand? Everybody wants to push the blame on somebody else. They want to blame bad governance and bad leaders. But these people are also citizens, or police. These people are also Nigerian citizens at the end of the day. When they go home, when they get out of office, when they get out of uniform, they are also Nigerians that suffer from the same oppression or system that you're talking about. So at the end of the day, when are you going to stop talking and start walking? When are you going to start doing things? What are you practically doing? Because every Nigerian as a citizen, right, has a responsibility. You cannot be pushing that responsibility to somebody else and expect one savior. And that's part of our problem. I'm going to talk about that. The problem of this Messiah complex that we have, that somewhere, somehow, a miracle is just coming from the sky, from God knows where, and is going to just save you. you know, financially. Everybody just wants a bank alert. People don't want to work. They actually don't want to put in the work when you try to make them put in the work. You understand? They just want the money. They just want the bank alert. Guy, this one is too much. You know, they act as if you, because you're coming from Yankee or because your father is, they think, everybody thinks that money goes on trees for you. You get me? And every Nigerian has a responsibility. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility. Whether you're in the diaspora or you're here at home, on the continent, we all have a responsibility. And it's up to you to step up and take ownership and take blame for your own part. Me and you have our own part in this system. We've allowed it. You know, we condone it on a day-to-day basis. You can go out, we condone it all the time. So you cannot just start talking about, oh, bad governance, bad leaders, unemployment. Okay, let's talk about unemployment. If there's a problem with police force, right, and so many young Nigerians are unemployed, why don't we do something practical? Why don't we say, okay, since you want to be employed and you have time to come out and protest against the police, and they're a bad system. Don't get me wrong, they are. I've experienced that personally. So there's no, I'm not condoning any of this. But here's my practical solution. It's like, all right, now we've gotten rid of SARS. Yeah? Other things need to change, right? Millions of Nigerians need jobs. So why don't we just start the new recruiting class of police officers and start reform there, right? Start reform there, yeah? Everybody, all these millions of young Nigerians that are unemployed, how many have tried to join the police force? Start a whole new recruiting class, right? We act as though somebody else, and that's, you know, and that's what we do. We wait for Westerners or the outside world to donate and come and save you. Look, if you don't get your ass up and get ready to work, if you don't stop running away from your state and your village to run to Lagos or Abuja, right? This is crabs in a barrel. Everybody wants to run somewhere else. They want to go to US, they want to go to Canada, India, Italy, wherever you want to run. At the end of the day, your country is your country. There's no place like home. There's no place on this planet that you're going to go to, regardless of the problems let's come and fix our own problems. How about that? Because that's what everybody else is doing, right? You can see America just finished their whole campaign and they're fixing their own problems. But you have Nigerians paying more attention than even Americans to the election. Yet we have our own daily problems that you don't want to take, like nobody wants to look at it and say, let me take my own responsibility, let me do my own part. Everybody wants to run away from the problem. And then in the diaspora, everybody knows how to talk. Everybody knows that they will do better. If they were the president, if I was the governor, this is what I would have done. This is what I would do. Everybody can talk. But how many people actually come back to say, okay, how many jobs can I create? How many jobs have you created? Other than just sending money to your relative or for this or that, or investing blindly. Okay, you have some money, you know exchange rate for dollar is good to naira. You send money to your cousin or your friend, to invest for you, so that you can say, yeah, I've done this, I put money in this farm or this thing, but no practical sense of how it works. You've never even been to the place, you've never even seen this thing. You understand? We Nigerians are our biggest problem, whether you like it or not. So the longer we wait to start looking at ourselves in the mirror and dealing with ourselves, the longer we find solutions to our problems. That's just a fact. If you want to keep waiting for government, just keep waiting. Wait another 60 years. Let's see how that goes for you. If you want to sit in the diaspora and just talk, listen, everything has its own place, right? Protests have their own place. But at the end of the day, you need actionable solutions. You need an actionable plan. You need to stop talking and start doing something. You need to stop waiting for a Messiah to save you, for a miracle to put money in your account. These are the problems, just a few, no, definitely not all. This is a very small part of some of the problems, but the biggest part of all Nigeria's problems starts with you and me, Nigerian citizens. That is where it starts, okay? It doesn't start with the president. People are talking about top to bottom reform. No, I believe we need bottom to top, because that's how the change happens. You cannot talk about a top to bottom. So what are you gonna do? Since I was a kid, I was born and raised in this country. I don't think we've ever had any president that we Nigerians loved, that we don't talk shit about, that we don't call a bad leader. The only people that we try to look to and call good leaders, or try to say, we wish the things work like America. Okay. You know, in America, when you finish drinking your drink, or you finish eating your snack or your food, you take it and throw it in the trash. Because if you don't, you get fined. In Nigeria here, I can walk you outside my gate here, and you see somebody taking a piss in front of the house, as if there's no bathroom. You see people throwing their trash, and yet these are the things that clog the waterways, and you want clean water. Who's going to give you the clean water? Is it a miracle? You want good road. We have 2-lane roads, but there's 5 lanes. How do you expect the road to last? You want job, yet you're given a job. You don't do it and you always have an excuse. Electricity, transportation. This is not to say that these things aren't real problems we have in Nigeria. They are. However, there's only so much and so long that you will continue to make excuses and push it on to somebody else. So my message to every Nigerian youth is stop waiting for that generation that you're calling bad governance and in leadership currently to change. You create that change. You start with yourself. I start with myself. How can I create jobs? Where do I have a part in the Nigerian problem? Take your own responsibility and step up. If you want clean streets, the same way we organized and protested is the same way that we can organize and clean our own streets. We can organize and do our own transportation. You know, I do trade. It would be wonderful to organize and have people aggregating product for me to package. And so there's so many opportunities in this. Nigeria is probably, in my personal opinion, one of the wealthiest nations on this planet. And I will take that challenge on to anybody. Whether you want to talk about, call any great nation that you call a great nation, pound for pound, Nigeria will compete with any of the greatest nations on this planet. When it comes to natural resources, we are one of the wealthiest in the world. we have more than just oil. We have more than just brains and smarts. But we have to start using that. We have to start realizing that it's our own resources, controlling that, and selling and trading. We have to start understanding our own value, not waiting for somebody to give it to you. We have to stop taking all these donations and using outside help as crutches. These are real issues that don't take rocket science to figure out. If it's the problem here, everybody talks about the problem. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody can talk. All Nigerians know how to talk, if you haven't noticed. You understand? But not a lot of people. Everybody talks about the problem. Few people come up with a solution or an actionable plan, and even fewer, very little, a very minute percentage out of 180 plus million people actually take action. And that's what's gonna be, you can look back on this video 10 years from now, and let's see where those who have taken action are compared to those who just continue to talk. So for me, that's my message today, is you and I's responsibility, not some facade, not some idol that you call bad governance, or a few people that you call the elite. No, it's me and you. We all fall in that boat. So if you want things to change, start with you.